Hello guys, I'm here to record my top cut regional deck profile for Sky-Striker Maliss from the TNLG Regional for Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not get high enough, unfortunately, to get the promotional mat, but what matters is getting the job done. Could have been X1 today, or yesterday at this point of this recording of this video. But overall had a lot of really good matchups. 3 mirrors, and then 5 like one-ofs. Like, there was so much Ryzel Fiendsmith, but I somehow avoided all but like one duel of it. This deck was built to beat it, and yeah, I was surprised that I didn't get a chance to duel more against it, because everybody else was around me was getting those matchups. I guess I got more of the Malice mirrors, but won most of those two. Only lost to one of those. Won the other two very easily. So I'll go over the deck profile and show y'all the sauce. So start off with the main deck. Alright, so this is the main deck for the deck. I'm by myself, so I can't like I'm trying my best, guys. I'm by myself doing this. So we're basically playing 3 of each of the Malice cards. And we're also main decking Shifter. This was a very last minute decision on my part, because I didn't think Shifter would be that good. Honestly, half my matches it wasn't good. But at the very least, it caused my opponent to go on half boards, and it did make OTKs very easy on my turn, even if the matchups weren't great for it. And then I'm playing just 2 of the Bestials. I was playing 3, but concessions had to be made for what my strategy was. Because I was playing 3 before, and that is better. I'll probably find room for that again. And then we have the Honorary, Dotscaper, and Codosol. Codosol is pretty cuttable. I never had to use the effect from the graveyard to link off, but it did come in clutch as an extender to go into link 3 play, so it's good for that. It's a really good extender if you hard draw it and you're able to get to a link body. So it's still important. The reason it's not in the sleeve is because I was playing with this guy today. At the sneak peek, but I'm going to go ahead and move to the spell card portion of the deck. Alright, for the spell portion of my deck, it's a slightly less conventional as far as like my choices, but it worked out well, especially considering my side deck patterns, because I had my side deck patterns very well figured out for the matchup I only had one of. But it worked out really well for me. So we have 3 thrust, we have 1 talents for the package. We have the entire Sky-Striker package here of 3 engage and 1 of each of Widow Anchor and Hornet drones. We're playing triple Allure in the main. It's really, really good. I never felt bad drawing this with any other card. If you can combo off even just a little bit, between chessing this, you're drawing 6 cards. Post side, you're not ever losing if they don't have draw, which nobody's playing right now. We have 3 Malice and Underground. We have 1 Terraforming to go with it, plus 1 Book of Eclipse and Gold Sarcophagus. And finally, to round it off, these are the traps that are in the main of my deck profile. 3 Impermanents, 1 of each of the Malice traps, which are mandatory. Do not cut this card, guys. Even siding, do not cut this card. It's so good. We're only doing the 1 Impulse here. I don't like how it conflicts with the deck, especially post side, so I never thought it was a great card to play more than 1 of, because if you had a situation where you only drew these and then you go into your draw engines, especially like Allure and Chessie, White Binder, and you draw and you had to activate the Impulse and you may not have even cleared anything, you know, what happens when you draw all the cards you side in that you can't use? So it was still good. I think you have to use it in some points. If against Vaquench Soul, I was able to search it on my turn going second against them to basically negate the Caesar Valius summon, which is what they were planning. And it was a very heads-up play to thrust into that, which is also why some of these cards are that way, because thrust is always like your 4 copies of the card anyway. But anyway, I'm going to move to the extra deck. Alright, moving to the extra deck. This is my 15-card extra deck. On the top, you basically have the main cards you summon the most, Kagari, and all 3 of those cards. And then, yep, you have the Decoder, Link Spider from the Nibiru token. SP is the ultimate combo extender. And when need to be, the actual interruption. Playing Smash Mage, Lyrados, the other honorary Maliss card. We're playing the Firewall. Both of them, we're playing Terahertz and we're playing regular Firewall. Access Code Talker is busted. And then, of course, the 2 cards I dumped. Don't play Aggregator, it's not worth it. You're playing Imperm, you're playing Widow Anchor. You don't need to play Aggregator as your dump. But this did really well. I only full comboed a few times. Sometimes I even had fields where it was just like set up GWC Firewall co-linked to the Cryptor, and you still end on a banish plus a return plus another banish on top of your non-engine set face down, like Book of Eclipse, Imperm, Widow Anchor, which you would use before. Well, in that particular board, you wouldn't be able to use Widow Anchor, but if you full combo, it's really good because you only end on 1 monster in the EMZ. But we're going to move to the side deck real quick. And finally, guys, for the side deck, this is the side deck. Not much to speak of here other than my somewhat main deck choices, because some people usually just side in 3 Book of Eclipse. They don't bother playing a 1 of. It comes up, so I thought it was worth keeping. In the matchups that it matters in, or when turns it matters in, I feel like Eclipse is better as a side card for sure. But I didn't want to completely lose out to Rizal Fiendsmith if all I had wasn't that card that couldn't do anything. But having this card is like a god card in this format for that deck, as long as they don't have Ash Blossom. I'm playing the Call By plus the designators for obviously Lancia. Only got Lancia 4 times, and half the time I did have either. Actually, it was all cross out. I mean, Call By. I didn't actually get to cross out. I actually cross out as a defensive card in the mirror match, which was really clutch. Otherwise, it's just Flawless and Nibiru in the main. When I'm going second. I usually keep Nibiru going first post side as well, depending on the matchup. And if you side in like Flawless, you can actually cut out like 2 Allure, you can cut out 2 Chassis, because you're going to be drawing your opponent's turn, is the game plan. Nope. But this is the entire deck list. Main deck is 41. Some may say you need to keep it at 40. I probably could, but usually I was siding in 12 cards. So having that extra card that you may not need sometimes was easy. It made it a little easier to side. Plus also, if you have a 5 card hand or a 6 card hand, you're only losing 0.75% chance of drawing anything of your 3 ofs. Like, it's 30.7 something percent chance to draw any one of the 3 of them in a 5 card hand. It goes a little up if you draw 6. Playing a deck at 41 with the 3 ofs, it only goes down 0.70%, which is absolutely negligible. So that's just a little deck math for y'all. Got my top cut. Started off rough because of the nerves, but I went on like a 5 duel win streak, ended very, very strong and played very, very well. And this deck overperformed. And that is the deck list for my top cut Maliss Sky-Striker deck at the TNLG Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional in Goodlettsville. Thanks for watching, guys.